So, very good evening, friends. Hope the revisions are going on in full swing. And hope all of you watched the amendments that were shared yesterday. Just one important amendment which I thought I'll share later, that is with regarding to Ind AS 1, and these questions have been frequently asked regarding the classification of current, non-current classification of liabilities. So the amendment is the right to defer the settlement must exist at the reporting date, and it should have substance. For example, prior to this notification in days one, companies classify liability as current when they do not have an unconditional right to defer settlement for at least 12 months after the reporting date. So the amendment now has subsequently removed the requirement for a right to become unconditional, and rather now it requires that a right to defer settlement must exist at the reporting date, and it should have a substance. So that is the amendment regarding to the right to defer the settlement. And also liabilities with covenants classification on the uh, classification criteria and the introduction of few new disclosures. Just first part alone I'll discuss it. So a company will classify a liability as non-current if it has a right to defer settlement for at least 12 months after the reporting date. This right may be subject to company complying with the covenants specified in loan agreement. The criteria should be complete. So only those covenants with which a company must comply on or before the reporting date, it will affect the classification of liability as current or non-current. So the covenants with which a company must comply after the reporting date, it do not affect the liabilities classification on that date. So when non-current liabilities are subject to future covenants, companies will now need to know, and they should disclose information to help users understand the risk, what are the various risks involved because of that, because those liabilities will become repayable within 12 months after the reporting date. So you need to see from the investor's angle, you need to understand why this amendments has been brought in. If you do that, you will, if you appreciate that, then this amendment is very easy. So that is with regarding to the key amendments and new in days one. So questions are possible from this. Just this aspect of answers will change. Hope all of you followed. Keep going. Best wishes. All the very best. Make the most of remaining on 0.5 days. That is all the way more important.